Welcome to Valley Homes on TV. I'm Todd Flesner, along with Debbie Giordano.
Hi Todd, how are you?
Terrific. Hey, we got a beautiful Sunday morning, and we're up here at Spring Valley Golf Course this morning.
Yes.
And we're going to bring folks a little bit more information about the Spring Valley Volunteer Fire Department.
Awesome.
Yeah. One of the best things about Milpitas, people always talk about, are our hills. They're treasured. Great view of the hills. Well, we've got a group of volunteers who work diligently to protect the people and property and the landscape here to the east of Milpitas.
Great, what a hidden asset.
Yeah, so I'd like to introduce a couple of folks.
Okay.
First, our Chief Ken Cooper.
How you doing?
And
Hi, Ken.
Bill Stetner, who's a lieutenant.
Great.
And they're going to share with us a little bit more about what Spring Valley Volunteer Fire Department does.
Great, well let's go ahead and open up the show with, Ken, let me ask you first, where did you grow up, which little bit of your background, and what brings you here today?
I grew up in San Jose, been around in San Jose for about 45 years. My background comes from not too much in the fire industry, as I was growing up, but I really wanted to do something for the community. I've always liked to help out, so I had an opportunity to join this department about 12 years ago, and I came down and met with the department, the chiefs, and I liked it ever since, and I've been in the department ever since.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Bill, how about you? Let's hear about you. What's your background?
I grew up in the Bay Area. I joined the Marines right after high school, bounced around a little bit, and joined this department 2.5 years ago.
Okay, well, great. Well, tell us a little bit more about Spring Valley Volunteer Fire Department. I mean, what's the service area? What is it that you guys actually do?
Well, actually, our service area is almost 200 square miles, right?
Wow.
So from the Milpitas city limits and the San Jose city limits on the west, to the north, we go a little bit over the Alameda County border because of the TV antennas that are in Alameda County. Okay. To the south, we go all the way as far south as Mount Hamilton, and to the east, almost to the county line, the Santa Clara County line. So it's about 200 square miles. We cover that with one station. We've got 3 Type 3 apparatus, which are wildland apparatus. We've got 50 members who train at least twice a month plus weekends, and then respond to calls.
Okay, Ken, let me ask you as the head of the department, what kind of background or training do you need to join the fire department of your recruits?
Well, we like to have some, fire science background, Mission College or something like that, some fire science background. We train, so we'll bring in somebody who maybe has no background. Maybe they live on the hill up here and they want to volunteer. So we'll bring them in, and we have at least 6 months of a probationary period where they come to all of our trainings, and we train them and we certify them on specific stuff that they are able to respond. And you never stop learning, so they'll continue to be learning things, but we don't let anybody out for at least 6 months of training.
So 6 months worth of training. I understand that there's a pretty high threshold that people have to get over in terms of being able to actually serve on the department as a volunteer.
Yeah, we have like a medical background on them and stuff like that. You got to be physically fit and stuff. So we got we got a first academy going on for our very first academy that we've been in existence going on, and we're about halfway through it, and everything's going real well.
Nice.
We are actually the only volunteer fire department in the state of California putting on a Firefighter 1 Academy that's okayed by the state fire marshal.
Wow.
Terrific.
That's terrific.
And so now, who typically volunteers then to be a part of the department?
Well, it's a mixture. It's residents who want to protect their neighbors and their families.
Which is actually how this department came in existence, from residents.
Mm-hmm. And then also, there are 3 fire science programs at local colleges filled with people who want to become career firefighters. And they need experience. They need to learn things outside of a classroom setting. So they're happy to come to us for 5 or 6 years at a minimum, and then move on in their career. A lot of these folks stick with us. We've got active firefighters in our department who are with Berkeley, who are with San Jose, who are with Milpitas.
Moraga, Miranda.
Oh, that's amazing.
Cal Fire.
Yeah. Because, they learned here they became part of the family and they want to stay in the family.
Okay, let me ask you guys. We're here today for a pancake breakfast. This is a fundraiser, help raise some funds for your organization. Where do you get your funding from? How do you operate?
Well, the residents donate about 10% of what it costs us a year to operate the department. We get grants. We get called from CAL FIRE to cover their stations and to help them on their fires, and they actually pay the department for that. But the rest of it is all self-funding.
Wow.
It's one of the things. We have to have engines, we have to have fuel, we have to have hoses, we have to have protective equipment, and so whatever it takes to get to that. The firefighters that we have in Berkeley and these other fire departments, they donate handoffs.
I think the city of Milpitas has donated a fire truck, yes.
We've gotten 3 Type 1 fire engines from the city of Milpitas for $1 a piece. These things normally go for $350,000, $400,000 brand new. Okay. So we're very grateful for that.
The use of their training center, pretty much anything we need down there, they're very good and helping us out with that. They're very good.
And whenever we get a medical call in Santa Clara County, a paramedic must respond. We are not authorized by Santa Clara County to have paramedics, even though we have them on our department. So Milpitas will respond with us on our calls whenever it's a medical call.
Terrific. So now when you do get a call, I mean, that's dispatched then, and folks run out of their homes and from their businesses and respond to that?
That's a good question. Yeah. How does?
Yes, exactly. It's a state law. So when our pagers go off, we leave our day jobs, unless our day jobs are with another fire department, and we come and we respond. There are people who have different schedules, so there's usually always someone on the hill.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, how are fires any different from hillside fires versus structure fires down in the valley floor?
The thing is, our fires move a lot faster. So we have vehicles, we can pump and move with our vehicles so that we can put out the fires. We use hand tools to put out fires in the wildland. But we get structure fires also. Just like any fire department, a majority of our calls are medical calls and traffic collisions, things like that. When we get fires up here, they move very fast, and we have to get resources to the fire as fast as possible to slow it down.
To contain it.
Contain it.
And you want to add to that?
No, everything he said is correct. We don't get that many structure calls up here. We get more vehicle accidents, medical calls, and wildland fires. So, everything's dangerous. It's just handling a different situation, and we're trained to do those things.
Terrific. So now, when a call comes out, do you get mutual aid then as well from other departments, or is it just a volunteer department?
Depends on the call and where the location of the call is.
Okay.
Obviously, if it's a call, like a wildland call, a wildland fire call, depends on where it's at, is who's coming into the call. And then first on scene gets on scene, and we can handle it if it's not that big, or we'll continue resources, and then we'll just set up a incident command and just kind of build on that. Depends on how big the fire gets.
My parents live in the hillside up here in Milpitas, and I know prevention is a big issue. What do you want to tell the folks out there that are hillside owners in terms of prevention? What can they do?
Okay, the most important thing that a resident can do is make defensible space around their property. On our website, on the CAL FIRE website, on the...
Are you listening to this, Todd? Taking good notes?
I am.
Okay, I'm sorry.
On the Santa Clara County Fire Safe Council website, all these websites have documents and information. Basically, you want 100 feet around your house that is going to make your house safer by not having huge trees right next to your house, by not having brush right under trees. But the information is a little too in-depth to just talk about. Folks really should go to those websites, either our website, the CAL FIRE website.
Now, I understand you also will come out and you'll do site assessments for homeowners.
We call them pre-plan
terrific.
inspections.
Okay, and so what does that entail?
We come up to your property. The first thing we're going to do is fire engines are heavy, water tenders are heavy, ambulances in this county are heavy. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that we know that your driveway can support it. Otherwise, we're going to park down below. Mm-hmm. We want to see where your utilities are, where your propane tank is.
Accessibility, just getting in your driveway. How many vehicles can we get down your driveway, if we can even get in your driveway? Because these ambulances now are pretty big now. The new
type, ambulances.
They're much larger than the old ones. So there's a lot of things we need to know about, and we take note on them. so that when the call goes out on a certain address, we'll know that it's really hard to access. So let's keep the volunteers that are coming up. They'll park on the roadway to one side or the other to keep room for engines coming in, ambulance coming in, whatever we got. And then when we get on scene, we need to know where water sources, if there's any water source, where's the electricals, where's the gas shut off, whatever you have, with propane up there, and stuff like that. That's kind of what we'll be doing on assessment. Just basically around the house where things are at, so we can get to them, immediately when we get on scene.
We can do the whole thing in about half an hour, and folks can contact us either via email or by phone, and we're happy to come to their house and do that.
So how long has your organization been around? How many years?
You good with that one? It looks like since 1978 on it.
1978 on his patch.
Yeah, it does.
So you've been around a while. You're protecting our hills. You're going out on accidents and doing emergency calls. What do you see for the future of your department? What's going to happen? What are goals, aspirations that you have?
Well, we're desperately trying right now to make up the funding gap. Okay, so our goal right now is to get corporate partners. We're partnering with the Raiders. We're trying to partner with other corporations in the area.
I understand you have a celebrity here, Randy Jackson, today,
yes.
and of course Mike Honda. So you've pulling some heavy hitters.
We're doing the best we can.
Yeah,
When you're friendly, people are friendly back.
good for you.
Well, it's a great community event for folks who live here in the hills and in the surrounding area to come out to the pancake breakfast. 4th of July as well, right? Are you going to plug the 4th of July?
Well, on the 4th of July, we have a barbecue here at the park.
Okay.
It's free. Everyone can come, and it's just kind of a thank you to the residents. It's a thank you to the firefighters. We usually have at least one raffle, and last year we raffled off some A's tickets and some nice wine from the Red Dog Winery up
Big
here.
Dog.
On the hill.
Big Dog.
I'm so sorry.
He was drinking too much and got Red Dog.
Got Red Dog, Big Dog, any dog. So yeah.
Long morning.
So we're talking about the 4th of July event. So that sounds pretty great and community oriented and at the park, and you'll be able to meet folks and they'll be able to meet you. So that's wonderful.
Well, yeah, and the kids get to play on the fire engines. Everybody likes to play on the fire engine, even me.
So you have you were going to mention Larry Ciardella. He's a planning commissioner, a friend of mine. He's also on your squad.
Yeah, he's our safety officer. He's a captain. He works with Ken and I.
He's been around a long time.
All right.
Well, I know a lot of the residents on the hill here are also involved with the fire department.
Yes.
Maybe not actually out fighting the fires, but what other sort of roles can residents have?
Okay, so the thing is, we need a lot of help. Okay, when we have a traffic collision or a medical call or a fire, someone's got to control the road. So we have folks in our support unit who are trained a little less than our responders, and what they do is things like block the road when it needs to be blocked, control traffic, interface with the police, things like that.
All right, I'm going to have the behind the mic to you. Well, we want to thank you guys very much for giving us the opportunity to film you on our Valley Homes on TV show, and we have a nice T-shirt here that's got our logo on it, Valley Homes on TV, for each you guys, Ken and Bill.
Thank you.
You can wear that in honor, and we honor having you and take this opportunity to meet your organization and all the good things that you do for the city of Milpitas and the residents in the hills.
It's an honor. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, California is one great state, but it hasn't been a walk in the park. I mean, they call me invasive species. Nice, huh? Or hungry pests. Like I'm some kind of bad guy or something. I mean, do I look invasive? No. You should think of me as a culinary tourist. Yeah, I'm sort of a footloose foodie of your fields and trees. I just want to sample the local fare. Just a taste, really. And I'm not the pushy type. People help me get around, mostly on the things they move and pack. Did you know I'm completely vegetarian? Yeah, very healthy. Hungry pests. Oh, gotta run. I do have a lot of mouths to feed.
The truth is, hungry pests threaten to devour California's trees and agriculture. It's up to each of us to learn to leave hungry pests behind. Go to hungrypest.com and get the facts. A message from the USDA.
Come on. See what I mean?
Through the years, trends and styles may come and go, but the important things remain the same. Generation after generation, consistently there, creating moments and memories to last a lifetime. Like a true friend, the national parks have always been there for you, and now you can be there for them. Support the National Park Foundation and help protect America's treasured places.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Valley Homes on TV. This is the portion of our show where we wrap up, talk about housing statistics and loan information. Todd, we had some interesting shows this month. We went up to Spring Valley and interviewed their fire department.
Yeah, the volunteer fire department of the Spring Valley. What a dedicated group of guys and gals that serve our community and protect our hills here in Milpitas.
And then Dr. Telma Mula.
Muma.
Muma, local veterinarian and a local retiring with us. And
Right, yeah,
what an interesting background.
Very interesting, and a new business here to Milpitas.
And serves exotic animals. So
Yeah.
if anybody's got a special animal and they don't know where they can get it treated, if you got an iguana that's not feeling well, I would call Dr.
Well,
Telma.
and very impressive facilities there, state-of-the-art facilities to be able to treat all your animals. So.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really nice seeing that. So this is kind of an interesting part of the show. I guess I feel like a broken record every time talking about housing statistics. They just climb. They're continuing to climb.
We are in an interesting market, aren't we?
We are. It's a good one. It's a nice one to work. And I know we were just talking offline about your challenge with an appraisal. So we've got, well, let me just share real quick. Home sales flexing muscle, San Jose Mercury. So there it is, headlines. That's just a week or so ago. And certainly the prices are up. And you've got an issue where the value has not caught up with what the buyer's willing to pay.
Right, well, we're in a rapidly moving market. You're probably seeing that with offers, multiple offers coming
Yes.
in over offer or asking price. And in some instances, when we're trying to do a loan for a property like that, where the market is climbing fairly rapidly, sometimes the data to support that sale may be lagging. And that's what we're seeing with some appraisals now, is that it can be a little bit more of a challenge for the appraiser to get the comparable sales in the neighborhood to support the higher value. They understand and they know that the market is moving. However, to support that, they have to provide the data that says, here's where properties are
So
selling.
let me ask you, in your loan business then, when the appraisal doesn't come in at the value, the buyer has to come up with that difference in cash or what?
Correct. I mean, the bank will still do the loan, but they'll loan based on the appraised value.
Okay.
Or the lower of the appraised value or the purchase price. So there may be a need to bring in a little bit more cash than someone was maybe planning on if they wanted a lower down payment. So it doesn't mean the end of the transaction, but also understanding if you're in the middle of a purchase transaction, what the dynamic is going on around you, and some of the other challenges that can come down the road with that.
Absolutely. So where are interest rates at today, Todd?
Well, they're great. We're still in the threes.
Yay!
Yeah, fantastic. A little bit of volatility in the market. There have been a number of things going on. Some interesting things happening in Europe with the EU and the country of Cyprus, where they were looking at perhaps taking savings and
Cyprus affects what we do here?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were looking to go to savings accounts of people who had banking interests in Cyprus and in essence tax those accounts and just take funds from that to fund the EU. And that doesn't produce confidence in the banking system. And as a result, there was what we know as a flight to safety. So that means our U.S.-backed bonds and mortgage bonds here became a little bit more attractive investment, and therefore rates could dip. Well, that was a short-lived sort of thing, and it looked like they might be going back up again.
Well, nationally, we've had a uptick in the stock market.
Yes.
That's been a huge increase.
Two things, the stock market at the record levels that it's at right now, but also unemployment numbers are starting to look better. So there's some recovery signs in the economy, and so that's going to mean that interest rates are probably going to just ease up just a little bit.
be
Yeah.
a safe prediction, I
Yes.
think, and we'll check in with you next month and see how things are doing. So,
But overall, the message is rates are still great. They're still in the threes.
and obviously you're doing refis.
I'm doing lots of refis and purchases, and it's busy right now.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, real quick on the housing stats numbers. Single-family homes in February 2012 was 505,000 for an average price, and median price was 472,000. Last month, February 2013, we had an average price of 595,000, median price of 585. Condos and townhomes in February of 2012. 257,000 average price and 203,000 for a median price, and that's really jumped high. Last month, average price 359,000 and median price 389,000. That's kind of exciting. So what that allows is maybe somebody that bought in. I've had some buyers that have come out of being they're a condo buyer years ago, and now they're able to trade up and go on up into single-family homes. So it's kind of exciting.
So it's a good move-up market.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Real quick, I wanted to offer anybody, if you want to send an email to me, or Todd will give his, I'm at giordanodj@aol.com. And if you have any questions or concerns, we can bring onto the show some preparation tips. Now is the time to think about preparing your home for the market, and maintenance and returning the investment on your home is another article that we can email out to you that you might be interested in. And if you're going to recolor the house, there are particular colors that you have that are able to sell your house better with some subtle coloring of walls and that. And so I can share that information with you. And
Terrific.
Get the
I
home
see
ready.
green is in there, the color of money, so that's one of the...
and the red door, whatever.
So good, yeah, so we can give some tips to folks
Give
on
tips
that.
to folks they want to do that.
Terrific. So email where the folks get a hold of you if they want to get that information.
GiordanoDJ@aol.com. And Todd, you?
It's T Flesner, so TFLESNER, at GM West, like Great Mortgage DirectionWest.com.
Well, you're with that new company now, and I hear you're doing quite well. So.
Yes, very good, and great rates, great selection of loan products, and I'm really happy with what they're able to support me with. Their guarantee mortgage.
Great. Well, we'll see you right around the bend. We're going to be showing up. I think we're popping up at Levine County Park.
That's right. We're going to get a chance to find out more about what's there in the hills.
Nice.
One of the greatest resources here in Milpitas, our hills.
Good to see you again. Thank you for watching Valley Homes on TV.